We are here at Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort in Orlando, Florida. Outside, Hurricane Helen is slowly approaching, but we are going to stay inside and take a look around the room and see what this fairly well-priced hotel is like. So let's start over here. As you come in, this is the doorway entrance. It's actually massive. There's loads of room here. You have your fire safety information, and then this little door lock thing to stop anyone coming in if you've got it closed, and then you have your door with the deadbolt and a privacy sign. Over here you have this super handy switch which turns off all the lights in one go, so you don't have to go around and flick all the switches. And then you have a switch just to do the hallway. If we carry on around, down there you have a randomly placed plug socket, probably good for a Hoover. I'm not entirely sure it's useful for you. On the left is the built-in wardrobe. If I close that, so you can see there's a built-in wardrobe here on the left. It's fairly big as well. Everything in here is quite spacious and big. So inside the wardrobe you get a whole bunch of coat hangers included. What's that? It's about 10. There's a shelf with some spare bedding, and then an ironing board back there. Not sure if you can quite see it. A luggage rack, and if we close the door and look on the other side, there's an iron to go with the ironing board, and then a vertical safe. I prefer the horizontal safes. I find them easier to pack. Things try and fall out with the vertical ones, but it's a safe and it works. We'll come back to the bathroom, which is opposite the wardrobes, in a sec. Let's go have a look at the main room first. So this is a 2-queen standard room. There are other options. I've stayed in a 2-queen family room before, and that is identical to this room, except it has a little kitchenette built in. But we're taking a look at the 2-queen standard family room. So as advertised, it has 2 big queen beds in this space here. Is actually massive. There's loads of room here. So as you come in, on the left here is a thermostat for the aircon and another light switch. A lot of light switches in here. And then you have your first queen bed. There's light switches, or lights and light switches, either side of the bed. These reading light style lights. I said lights a lot there. And then as we come around, you get this little bedside table. Comes with this retro alarm clock, and then four plug sockets, which I'm using most of. A telephone, should you need a telephone. And then there's a shelf built in to the bedside cabinet, and a fairly deep and large drawer as well. And then as you carry on around, there's your second queen bed, pretty much identical to the other one, reading lights on either side. And then it is next to this massive window. So there's a whole bunch of different buildings and views at this hotel. This is just the cheapest standard view, and we have got quite a nice view of another Universal hotel over there. And then down there on the left, there are the Universal buses that take you to City Walk and the parks. And then we can also see the car park. So there's a whole load of car parking spaces here if you drive. There's a multi-storey car park there, and ground parking as well. And parking here isn't free like Disney. It's $20-something a night. And you can also just kind of see Volcano Bay off to the side there. And then in the distance over there, I can see some roller coasters. Not quite sure what park that is. I don't think it's Universal, no, because if we pan over this side, You can see Rock and Roller Coaster just off to the side there. So that's Universal. I'm not quite sure what park that is. Is that Epic Universe? Quite possibly. And then there's another slightly smaller building over there. I think that's Surfside, another Universal hotel. So anyway, that's an extensive overview of the view. If we have a look at the curtains, so there are these privacy net style curtains. Not for blocking out the light, but for blocking out people's sight. They don't overlap. So you can have that awkward problem where they don't quite meet properly in the middle, but you can watch the Las Vegas review to see what to do about that. And then there are these blackout curtains here also, which do block out the light but don't fully overlap. It looks like there's a little gap at the top there as well. So we'll report back in a few days and see what it's like sleeping here with these curtains. They're fairly stiff. Open. There we go. Let's open them again and let some light in. So anyway, as we carry on around, you get this table with 2 plastic chairs. Let's give the chairs a go. Yeah, I mean, I've sat in worse. It's a fairly basic plastic chair. Kind of feels like you're at school. But I wouldn't want to sit here for extended periods of time, but it's all right for a short while. And then right next to this table are 4 American plug sockets and 2 USB-A sockets as well. It looks like maybe there's another, but it's blanked off now. And then as we carry on around, there is a coffee maker. Coffee maker, along with some condiments. What condiments do you get? You get, I don't quite know, some napkins by the looks of it. Sugar, sounds like sugar. And then an ice bucket as well, for storing ice, believe it or not. And then also on this cabinet here is the TV. It's a fairly modern looking LG smart screen. Not smart screen, flat screen TV. Let's give it a go and see if it has any incredibly annoying smart features. So, okay, it's the Universal tourism channel type thing where they advertise what's happening at Universal. And then what else we got? We're good. This normally goes well for us. It's doing some sort of smart thing. You get the little Universal Cabana Bay logo, and then assorted channels about Universal, NBC, CBS. Okay, so there's a few other channels as well. So beneath the TV there are 4 drawers, and then on the left there is this hinged cupboard door which opens to a refrigerator that is fairly big. It's not actually a refrigerator though, it's more of a chiller. Comes with a little warning, so you can chill water and stuff. You can't store medicine that needs to be kept cold in a fridge. And then these drawers are fairly big, so 4 fairly big drawers that I've got my stuff in. And then as we carry on around, there's a connecting door which we're not using, but you could, and another big space to store luggage and stuff. Do the beds? No, so the beds have like a solid bottom, so you can't store stuff under the beds here. And then if we carry on around, we can have a look at the bathroom. So the bathroom is split into a toilet, shower, bath and a sink, so that's quite nice. So someone can be using the sink while someone's using the toilet or the shower. And you have this not quite full length but decent sized mirror with 2 lights on either side. You have a sink, hairdryer, some plugs, And then more storage here. So there's a drawer, 2 sets of drawers. And then underneath there is a shelf where they leave spare towels and things like that. And then if we head on round, the bathroom door, if we have a quick look at that, does have the full length mirror. I can't quite step back far enough to show you, but there is a full length mirror there. And then if we have a look in the bathroom, it's again quite spacious, and you've got a little towel holder, your toilet with spare toilet paper, and then the shower is a shower bath type deal. So there's shower head, washing line as well. If you need to dry anything, then you get this shelf, and these are mine, but it comes with some shampoo, some conditioner, and a bar of soap. You don't get shower gel here, which is interesting. You just get the bar of soap, and then the actual controls for the shower, the spout for the bath, and then it's not quite a full-size bath, but it's not bad either. And then the shower curtain is split into 2, so there's the inner layer and the outer layer to try and stop water going everywhere. So that is the room. This room is massive, and this is a fairly cheap hotel. This was about, I think, $600 for 5 nights. When you compare it to Disney, that's very cheap. We'll have a look around the rest of the amenities, but you get buses to City Walk that run every couple of minutes. There's a whole diner, restaurant, food court type thing downstairs. There's a gym, there's a Starbucks, there's loads of stuff here. This is a really good value hotel. I've stayed here, this is my 3rd time now, and I really like this hotel. So yeah, let's go check out the rest of the hotel. We are outside now, so let's go have a look around. There's a sign here for the buses. This is what we saw from the room. This is where you queue up and get on a bus. From every time I've used them, there's always been one here every time I've arrived, and it takes about 5 or 10 minutes before you get to City Walk. This is the outside of the hotel as you come in. It's quite nicely themed as well. They used to have historic cars parked outside, but I haven't seen them this trip. And there are 2 swimming pools at this hotel. This swimming pool is around these buildings, which are ones with outside pool access that we're not in. We're over the other side. And then we'll go check out the other pool later. I think this one looks a bit nicer. It doesn't seem to have the lazy river. And there's some sort of beach there with some beach games. There's also some poolside bars down there as well. And this is the lobby where you check in. It's got some Halloween Horror Nights decorations up at the minute. It's actually quite nicely themed for Halloween Horror Nights. And there's a little bar thing over there. And there's a gift shop. And the gift shop has some of the merch from each of the parks, and then some hotel specific stuff too. And then as you come further along, there is the Starbucks. Let's go upstairs and have a look what's up there. So as you come upstairs, there is the Galaxy Bowl bowling alley. And then if we come around this way, there is the gym. There's the Jack Lalani physical fitness studio. It's got a bunch of treadmills, bikes, some weights. Yeah, it's not a bad little hotel gym. Further along, there is a little games arcade thing. Looks like Lightning McQueen. Really does look like Lightning McQueen. And then we're on the floor above, but you can see down there is a massive amount of seating for the food court. So we'll go have a look at the restaurants in a sec, but there's a whole bunch of different restaurants, pizzas, burgers, salads, sandwiches, all that sort of stuff downstairs, and a massive amount of seats to sit in. It's quite nicely themed as well. This is the pool on the other side of the hotel. That building there is the one we're staying in. We're just looking out to the car park on the other side, and there's a fire pit here for roasting marshmallows. You have to bring your own. Hello, guys. And then as you go down here, you can see Volcano Bay in the distance. There's some more buildings here. I've stayed in both of these buildings actually. And then it's got some outdoor seating, and then the other pool. This pool has a little beach around it too, and it has, oh, there goes some sand, and it has a lazy river as well. Where has the time gone? It is now the last night of my stay. I need to pack my stuff up and get out of here. So let's do a room summary. So I've been here for four nights, and this is my third stay at Cabana Bay. I was here for a week in the summer, and last year I came here for HHN as well. I really like this hotel, and I keep coming back, and I will in the future. The price is really good. It's about $600 for a week in peak summer, which is really good for what you get. There's buses to City Walk that run pretty much constantly. I've never really had to wait in both directions to and from. You get early entry to the park, so it's half an hour early into Volcano Bay or the Wizarding World in, it was just Studios when I've been here. Oh, sorry, it was just Islands of Adventure when I've been here. I don't know if they do Studios at other times. And it's only the Harry Potter part, so it's not amazing, but you can get on Hagrid's early if it's not broken. In terms of other things, they have a nice food court, so there's a lot of selection in the food court. The food isn't quite as nice as like a deluxe Disney hotel, but it's decent, it's reasonably priced, and there's lots of choice, and there's a massive seating area, so you never have an issue getting somewhere to sit. There's two pools, a lazy river, and parking here is paid for, so you have to pay for that. It's like $20-something a night if you want that. And then what else they got? They got Starbucks, they got a bowling alley, a little arcade, and they have a gym. I've used the gym pretty much every day. It's fine. It's got a bunch of treadmills, bikes, free weights, a little area for mats and like stomach work and stretching and that sort of thing. It's very dated. The equipment is very worn and dated, but it mostly works. It's not the best gym ever. It's not the worst one either, really. It's functional mostly. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. There's no noise issues in the room. Never had issues sleeping. And yeah, generally I think this is a very good hotel. I'd highly recommend it. So thank you for watching, and catch you in the next review.